covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
We have the top headlines where you live. I'm Tiffany Lee. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around our area. One person is dead after a motorcycle crash in Fort Smith. This happened Sunday afternoon. The crash involved a vehicle and a motorcycle, and police say that the motorcyclist is dead. The crash happened near the intersection of North Albert Pike Avenue and High Street. No further details have been released at this time. The Fort Smith Fire Department is mourning the loss of one of their own. Fire Chief Phil Christensen, he died on Saturday morning. Now, this was after a 9-month battle with a form of brain cancer. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams shares the legacy and the difference that the chief made.
30 years ago, in May of 1992, Chief Christensen joined the Fort Smith Fire Department. He was later named chief in July 2016.
He was a great leader. He was always involved in our local union, the state union.
He was a leader of Fort Smith long before he became the chief. He was the union president.
As union president, he made a difference across the state and in the city of Fort Smith.
Phil was a great person. He was somebody you could always count on to be there. If you had a question about anything in the city, he pretty much knew it. He was very passionate about his team, his fire team members. He was very passionate about getting the right equipment for the team, safety equipment.
A passion those who worked closely with him noticed, making sure his team had exactly what they needed.
He's made a lot of great improvements to the department in terms of equipment, emphasizing safety of all the personnel here at Fort Smith Fire Department.
And he was just a big advocate for his fire team, the men and women of the fire department. He would go to bat for them every budget meetings, every time funding would come up. And we just passed funding for a new pumper truck at the last board meeting. So, you know, he's just somebody that would just fight for his team members.
Team members who will now carry on his legacy. According to a news release by the city of Fort Smith, Assistant Chief Boyd Waters is now the acting fire chief of the Fort Smith Fire Department.
Hopefully they can carry on his legacy of cooperation with the firefighters. I mean, that will be his legacy, I believe, is how well he managed that department.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.
There will be a public funeral service for Chief Christensen on Wednesday, the 15th at 10 a.m. That will be in Fort Smith. Now let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Stephen Abshire, where it's looking like Valentine's Day might be a little rough, Stephen.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a bummer, especially in the mornings. But for today, for Monday, the start of your week, temperatures are looking actually pretty nice. We're going to have high temperatures get into the 60s later on today. We're going to have some cloud coverage moving in as we do get into the afternoon and into the evening hours. But that'll just be what's ahead of the rain that'll be coming as we get into around midnight tonight. That's when we're going to start seeing some of those showers begin to move into the area. So just clouds moving through for today. And then as we get into maybe around 3 a.m. That's when we start to see some of these showers begin to move in. Heavier line of showers will move through right after that morning commute around 9 to 10 in the morning. Then after that, we're going to be fine for most of Valentine's Day. We'll see these showers move off to the east. Those clouds as well will move off to the east. Drier conditions will move in for Tuesday afternoon. So really, you're going to see some things begin to dry out. The main concern for the second half of the day on Tuesday is going to be the wind gusts, because we could see gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour for some areas, and we're going to see sustained winds 20 to 30 miles an hour. For Valentine's Day, temperature-wise, we're going to be into the 50s for the morning, into the 60s for the afternoon, and then 50s will linger all the way through the rest of the evening and into the overnight. And we're going to have clouds as well beginning to decrease after we get through those rain chances through much of the morning. But we are keeping an eye on the chance for some severe weather as we do get into Wednesday night. It's going to be the topic of much of our forecast over the next few days. But now I'm going to send it back over to Tiffany with another look at these headlines.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen. So Fayetteville Public Schools announced the 2 finalists in the search for a new superintendent, Brad Swafford and Anthony Rossetti. Now, both are superintendents in Missouri school districts right now, and Swafford is working in Branson and Rossetti works in Webb City near Joplin. Both of them will be in Fayetteville this month for a final round of interviews. The school board then plans to announce which one will replace Dr. John L. Colbert, who retires in June after a 47-year career with Fayetteville Public Schools. And love might not cost a thing, but it's not cheap either. Anyone looking to secure flowers or treats for Valentine's Day knows what we're talking about. And while inflation still impacts small businesses, as Brooke Buckner found, it's not stopping many sweetheart shoppers this year.
It's a busy time of year here at Dempsey Bakery as customers are coming in buying sweet treats for their loved ones. The owner tells me some ingredients like eggs cost more than double what they did last year, and some of that cost has to be passed on to the customers.
You can tell, they may have to only get one cookie instead of two, and they're careful.
Dempsey Bakery owner Paula Dempsey says they've also had to make some baked treats smaller to stay afloat.
Some things we've been able to manage, even though they may not be getting as big of a piece. Our cheesecake slices are a little smaller.
Dempsey says they increased prices right before Thanksgiving, and customers are still willing to pay for their gluten-free items.
We have extremely loyal customers, and they support us 100%.
Even though certain desserts cost more, you could pay the same amount for flowers this year. That's what florist Judy Richardson is seeing at her shop.
I was just so amazed that everything was the same price as last year. The growers want the little florist and the big florist and everybody to do well and have a good Valentine's Day.
Richardson says costs went down just since January. Last month, she paid about 20% more for flowers.
They were a lot more, and of course, delivery charges were more.
And because of that, she's having to charge a delivery fee for the first time.
We just have to do, what they had to do to get them to us for us to get them to you.
She's also paying 35% more for helium this year, but doesn't plan to pass that cost to customers.
I only found out about it yesterday, and so my people some have already ordered, you can see. But we're just going to absorb that this year.
Be patient and please be loyal to your small business.
Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News.
According to the NRF, the top 5 Valentine's gifts this year are candy, greeting cards, flowers, a night out, and jewelry. Well, those are some of your top headlines on this Monday. We'll continue to follow the news all day. Catch up with us again this evening on your 5 News at 4, 5, and 6. I'm Tiffany Lee. Have a great day.